Okay, so welcome back. I want to use this video. This is going to be a little longer than the first one because I want to walk you through the course, explain what we're doing, the assignments and stuff, show you around the Brightspace site, and introduce you to the tools that we'll be using. Um, because not everything's going to happen on Brightspace. It's not Blackboard. I hate Blackboard. So there's some other interesting stuff that, as I said in the other video, my students really like. So let me share my screen and there we go. Now this is 0470's course homepage, right, on Brightspace. 0451, which is my other section, looks exactly the same except it's got a mountain. So don't worry if you're in 0451 and looking at this, it's the same stuff. But I just going to do one class because it keeps me sort of quasi-organized. And being that I have ADHD, I need all the help I can get. So this is what the homepage looks like. And now that I have everything up, you can see here's this intro video, and then this one will come down right here. Right. So the things you need to know is this, and I'm going to come back to all this stuff, but this is the course, this is the content area where you will find everything. This video is going to come up here. Obviously, this is the wrong one, but I'll replace it with this video that I'm making. This course schedule button, ignore it because it doesn't actually work. So use this one if you want to get to the course schedule. It's all going to be here. I'll walk through it in a minute. This has course materials and links, including the syllabus, which I'll come back to in a second. This is the first unit, which is what we'll be doing the first 10 days of the course. Again, I'm going to come back to it. And then each one of these is our 3 units. This course community where you get to talk about and introduce us to a group that you're a part of, whether it's a work group or not a friend group, but a professional group. Can be in any number of things. So you get to explain things like one student last term introduced us to her community at the skate park. I had another one time talk about being a pool player, pool with sticks and cues and balls, and that was fun. So you get to write about those. It's like a personal essay about a group that you're a member of, which we call discourse communities, because each community has sort of a way of talking to itself, language that you share. Doctors, you start listening to doctors talk. A normal person can't understand anything they say. So there's a way that people in a community talk to each other. It's called discourse, comes from discursive, which is the same base as dialogue. Okay, that kind of stuff. The second one, we're going to look at a place and create like a feature article, a portrait of that place. I've had students talk about their street, and how it creates sort of its own community and how important it is. I had a student write about a trip to the Vatican. She actually wrote about a little bit in Unit 1, and then she sort of painted a picture of the thing. So it's like painting a picture. We'll come back to that. It's really nice. There's been some really wonderful stuff in that one. This third one is a multimodal project, which you probably ran into a little bit, or you may have run into a little bit in 1101. It's where you use a combination of text and video or visuals. Could be video, could be art, could be any number of things. Could be a podcast with a cover on it, a variety of things. Where you take something that is either interesting or important about either one of these, or another topic which you can talk to me about, and create things like brochures, infographics. I've had people do TikToks and Instagram stories, comics, all kinds of fun stuff. I had a student who his discourse community that he wrote about was they're a bunch of star watchers. They're amateur astronomers, and so what he did for his multimodal project was he created like a little comic book for fourth graders explaining what astronomy was all about, and it had all kind of cool pictures. So the multimodal projects are really a lot of fun. That can be a lot of work. People do videos, they do infographics, do all kinds of stuff. And then the final portfolio is at the end of the term, this final portfolio accounts for 50% of the final grade, and it is composed of 2 parts. The first part are revisions of the first 2 these 2 essays. And then the second part is a 12 to 1500 word reflection on the whole term, where you talk about where you started as a writer, what you learned, what went well, what didn't go well, sort of where you are at the end of the term in terms of communications and understanding whatever it is you take from the course. All right, I'll come back to that. I'm going to go through the syllabus quickly in just a second, but that's what that is. That's what this is. I'm just going to house some previous announcements down here. And this last words is a little Padlet link where people post all kinds of, fun stuff. We had fun, silly pictures. And again, I'll come back to it. So that's content. Okay, everything you need is here, all of it. This assignments is where you turn in like assignments. Okay, so this multimodal project is not just a project, it also is, you write a little, it's a writer statement, like what you went through, why you chose that project, the problems you had, how you feel it turned out, what you would do differently if you had more time, that kind of stuff. So this is where you upload all your assignments. Class list, there you are. If you want to get in touch with somebody, you can go through here, or you can go through Slack, which I'll talk about in a second. Here's your grades. Okay, all the grades are here. There's nothing there because there are no grades. Now, one thing about this, it will show up as, F. Ignore that. It just sort of gathers things and makes them a cumulative grade, and so it doesn't really count. All right. So right now everything is a 0 because there's nothing done yet. Right? So you can kind of ignore this final calculated grade and just go by these as we go through the term. Class progress lets me know how many times people have accessed the system. Okay. Just so I can see if somebody's having trouble with the class, I can jump in here and say, well, they were never there. That's why they never accessed Brightspace. So no wonder they're having trouble, right? So you can check up on your own progress on here too. So we'll go back to the course home here and go back to content. And I'm going to walk you through course links. And here's the schedule, which will seem too much right now, so I'll come back to it. Course links and materials. Here's the syllabus. You always just click on these and it takes you to a link. Now, you can't actually edit this stuff. If you want, you don't edit the syllabus. But you can, in fact, download any or all of it if you want. Right, so you can go in here and then you can download stuff because these are all Google Docs, right? So you can do Control P and print it, save it, print it as a PDF, save it for yourself, cancel, right? Okay, so here's the syllabus. Again, this is 0470, but 0451 looks exactly the same. This is my Zoom link for, if you want to Zoom with me. And this just says, again, what I already said. This is about, 1121 is about communicating with different audiences. So that's what we'll be doing, reading and watching and doing stuff, and I hope having fun. Now, there are course tools that we'll be using, and I'm going to show you these kind of as I go. Perusall, almost all the class readings are over on perusall.com. So go over there to sign up. You go to perusall.com. I can't log out, but you go to perusall.com and then let me see if I can sign out. I don't think it'll let me. And then create an account. Okay, and you can use anything you want. You can use the school. It doesn't matter. Nobody's going to see this but you. Okay, so you can sign in with Google if you want to, or that. So back up because I actually logged in. So once you do that, you'll be sent. Let me sign in. Okay, and you can see I've been using this for a while. Where's 451 470? Where'd it go? But I have my classes. Oh, this owns. Okay, there it is. So you click on your class, and this is what you'll see. There is a library, which has got everything sort of separately. The most useful thing, or what you'll be using, is this assignments button. and it'll have the assignments with due dates, although my due dates are kind of flexible sometimes, but that's give you an idea of when they should be done. So this first set of assignments, which I'll go through again in a little bit, is you look at the syllabus and um, you know, and if there's something that you have a question about, you don't understand, or you want to comment on it, all right? Your screen will look different than mine. This is the instructor's view, but yours will have this and it'll have an open or some kind. So let me show you just quickly on this how to use Perusall, and I'll come back to it. If you see something, this is very big. Let me move this out. If you're reading along here, read through and annotate. Now, annotating means highlighting and leaving a comment. So, for example, if what does that even mean? And you go, I don't know. So you highlight it, and this little conversation window pops open, right? And you put a comment in here. You can add emojis, you can add images, you can link out to someplace, you can insert a video, and all kinds of things you can do. You can make here, bullet lists. You can change the color, italic and bold, background color. And once you enter it, hello, I'm just gonna put that there. Then you can either hit enter or submit, and there it is. Now, if you come along and you read it and they went, oh, what is this? And you can see that somebody else has commented on it. Well, you can reply. Okay, you can put a reply because it'll always pop up with your initials or whatever. Sometimes it's one letter. I've never figured out why it works that way. So you can, comment on it. You can reply to this, like, what are you talking about? And so people get conversations going based on what they're, what's here. So, and to get to the conversations, you just go there. Okay, that's the only one. And I would really like to delete this one. So bye-bye. I don't want to mess things up. But that's how you work on Perusall. You just highlight and a thing comes up. If you want to want to comment on something somebody's already done, you just click on it and you can make a comment. You'll have your own little bubble show up and you can comment on it. So that's basically what Perusall is all about. Go back to Course Home. That you can do the same thing with videos. The difference between the video is you can add comment. As it's going along, if you see a spot you want to comment on, you click on add comment and it'll do the same thing. It'll put this little thing up. Okay. There's a couple of them in this particular assignment. Okay. All right, go back to Course Home. So that's Perusall, and everything is organized. I always have some, information on here. Occasionally I'll say go to this Padlet, which I'll explain in just a minute, to respond. Now I don't use discussion forums. I use this little things like a whiteboard. It's called Padlet. So what the heck? I'll go over there now. This is a Padlet, all right? And there's always a prompt from me. And to use Padlet, you click on this big thing right here, and you can put, I don't know, and you can add pictures. You can take a picture with your camera. You can you can search for images like that one, like, I don't know. Let's see. Okay, put that one there. And you write something, what? And then you just hit publish. All right. And then you can comment on people's things. You can, like them, mostly add a comment, do that kind of stuff. All right. So Padlet is really a lot of fun. Delete posts. I don't want that one up there. So we'll take that one down. But that's what Padlets are. And on the assignments where we will be using them, there will be a link in here in the assignment, on the assignment section. So that's Perusall. Right. When you sign up for Perusall, you'll be asked to join. And so you're joining as a student, and they'll ask you for a course code. So 0470, that's your course code. 0451 has got a different one, but it's right here. Okay, it's on the syllabus right here. Slack. Slack is really important to this class. I've been using Slack for years. And it's kind of like Discord or a Discord server or WhatsApp or stuff like that. Um, it functions, has a DM function that works like every other DM function in the universe. And you sign up for it by clicking on this link, and it'll just take you there, and you join, you're a member, right? You just boom, there you there and create your profile. Now my students like this because I check it all the time. I mean, I have the notifications on. So if somebody's got a problem and they need to get in touch with me in a hurry, this CUNY email is, we all hate it. And sometimes things show up, sometimes they get put in weird spots. Um, Sometimes it takes a day for it to show up, sometimes it takes a day for me to get to it. But with Slack, you're getting me quick. And I will respond very quickly, as my former students all know, unless I'm in a meeting or I'm teaching a class or something. I'm out with the dog and we're in the middle of a snowstorm, you know. So Slack is pretty simple. You just click on the invitation, and each class has got their own invitation, and this is what it looks like. This is 0470. So this is the main page on Slack. You'll come in on this one. Now this is college announcements. I'll put things up here from City Tech and CUNY if I think they're important enough to do that. Main channel, this is us. If I want to communicate with the whole class and don't want to do it on Brightspace, or often I'll put it on Brightspace and then I'll put it on here too. I'll put it on this one. Socials, you guys can do whatever you want to. Just put stuff up, share funny memes and gifts and that kind of thing. I don't pay any attention to it. It's for you all. And then the direct message is the DM. As people join the class, their names will all populate down here. So you can DM anybody. People DM me all the time, particularly if they got a question about the course or the assignment or something. But I've also had people who got confused about something or wanted some feedback from somebody other than me. And so they DM'd each other, and some friendships kind of, popped up because of it, which was really nice. A really nice, quick way to communicate with each other. You don't have to share your email or your text number or anything like that. You're just doing it on Slack, and that makes life, privacy is good, and it works really fast. So that's Slack. Do use it because it really does work. It's very helpful. So Padlet. Padlet is, like I showed you, it's a great big bulletin board, and you you respond to my prompt, and then you respond to each other's posts, and that's basically it. Um, Here's the Padlet. Like, for example, the very first one will be introductions. Let me go back to one of my former classes, like this class. This is their introductions. They put all kinds of fun stuff. Well, this was the end. This was the last one, the goodbye one. So they were putting thank yous and pictures and all kinds of kind of cool stuff up here. Their introductions were, here they are. Okay, I had cat pictures, and I got so people put a picture that spoke a little bit about them. I'm a sucker for cat pictures, but okay, so that's what Padlet's all about. Fun. People really like commenting with each other because you can see everything. I mean, it's right up there for you to see. Here's this one. We're back to this one. Okay, this is for this class. My introductions. All right, so that's Padlet. Padlet's great fun, and the links will always be on the assignment page, the schedule. The links are all over the place. And there's also, I use a Google Drive for each class to put up rough drafts and to comment on each other's work. I don't do, my peer review is not like other people's peer reviews. This is mostly you're giving people, positive feedback, making suggestions. You're not correcting grammar. But we have a drive for everything, and there's also a couple of activities over there, but I'll show you that in a minute. So these are the tools that I use. People kind of go, what is she doing? But it's really very simple. Peruse all, Slack, Padlet, and a Google Drive. And that's it, right? So for the work of the course, it's Peruse all, Padlet, and then the Drive. And this is communication tool. Pretty simple. Now, here's a great breakdown. the three units, the discourse community I talked about, like the skate park, the portrait of a place, and then the multimodal project and the final portfolio. Now, things tend to get a 5%. Um, I don't do numbers well, so to me, the total is 100, right? So each unit or section is worth a specific fraction of 100. The thing about the participation is 10%, and the participation in this class is, did you go to peruse all and make annotations and comment on each other's? Did you get your stuff on the Padlet? Um, were you participating in that way? And that's really most of the participation in the class. Google Drive stuff. Did you get your rough drafts up? Did you comment on other people's stuff? Now, these rough drafts, these report drafts are a word of explanation about them. They're only worth 5%. The revisions are each worth 10%. And what happens is if you don't do well on this draft, say you make a C on it or something, so you get like 3.5 out of 5. If your revision is really good, I'll change this grade up. So you go from that would be a C and you make like an A, 9 or 10 out of 10. I'll go back and change this one to 4.5 or 5. Right. So my grades tend to look a little inflated, but that's because I want people to get credit for doing the work and doing it thoughtfully and staying engaged the whole term, right? So grades can change a lot here. Sometimes people, particularly in this class, people tend to do really good first drafts and they sometimes don't even need to revise them, but that's okay. That's part of the process. So I matter where I care, it matters to me where you start, but it's more important to me where you end up. I guess that's the bottom line on this. And I know what rate my professor says about me and has said for eons. It says this class is easy. Just, it's simple, it's kind of fun. Just do the work and you'll make an A. Well, the thing is I can live with that. All right. Do the work and you'll make an A. Okay, fine. No, I got no problem with that. It's to do the work. And one person actually put up there, this class is easy. I worked really, really hard and I did the work and I made an A. So okay, I can live with that. That's good. Um, Late papers, if they get turned in late, I get a little weird because I get, again, it's the ADHD thing, and I can fall behind faster than anybody I know. So try to get it in on time. If it's going to be late, at least DM me and let me know or email me. So I'll keep an eye out for it. Revisions you have to, and then here's the resources. We've got a writing center, which you can get to through the main page of CUNY, the City Tech homepage. I don't know anything about advising. And then these are all the accessibility and diversity statements from CUNY, and then use of AI. Now, AI. I use AI. I have used AI. I've seen the ups and downs and the good and the bad of it. Technical writing people tend to use it all the time to do summaries, and that's fine with me. Grammarly is a form of AI, and students use it all the time. I got no problem with that. If I see one of your essays that looks substantially different in sort of tone, voice than what you've been doing on Perusall or Padlet or something. I may call you on it. My technical writing class last summer, I had 5 papers had the same opening paragraph, and I went, okay. I said, this sounds suspiciously like it came through Chat GPT, and they all owned up to it. And I said, just change it. Write your own intro. I know introductions, first paragraphs are hard. Just do it again, and I won't say anything. Um, and that's sort of my attitude. AI is out there. We're all using it. We're all going to use it. It's how do we use it responsibly to help us and not try to trick people. Okay. So if you're having trouble with English language, go to the Writing Center first. And if you want to use AI, let me know and we'll work it out together. Okay. That's my bottom line on the syllabus. So this is up in Perusall. This syllabus is up in Perusall. Okay, right here. So go through this, and I went through it pretty quickly. So go through it and ask questions and respond to each other. Okay, talk to each other. Okay, so that's the syllabus. Go back to course materials and links. I've also got, that's this video, which I'll talk about. I'll put up there. It's not there yet, obviously. This is invitation to Slack again. Here's another thing on how to sign up for and use Perusall. This is actually a link to a YouTube video that will show you more about how to use Perusall. And here's a link to the help section on Perusall itself. So that's a really helpful thing. Come here. These are all docs, so you have to back out of them. Perusall. And here's the Google Drive class folders. Now this link will be in every unit, so you don't have to worry about coming back here, but let me just show you what it looks like. If you click on the link, it goes to our folders, right? And there's a folder for the three main units. This one has got an activity on it, which we'll be doing when we get to that in a couple of weeks. There's a video, it's a visualization thing that athletes and musicians and all kinds of people use to sort of think their way through stuff. My film students, we do this all the time. My film students love this thing. So there's that. So again, to get back from there, you either can go back to here or you can click out just like you do on a regular drive, and then we'll go back over to our unit. Okay, so that's the Google Drive folder. And again, there'll be links to it in every unit. I think that's all I got. This is a Brightspace handbook that you can use if Brightspace has really got you, weirded out. Link over here to the handbook, and it will you can find information about whatever's confusing you. It's good explanations. Okay, so that's all of these things, course materials. And is unit 1. It's got stuff. I'm just going to show you this quickly. I'm not going to go over it right now. This is unit 1. There'll be an overview. There'll be a video I'll put up. There's an assignment sheet for each unit. Then there are the Padlets we'll be using. Again, a link to the Google Drive. Same link. Right? The same thing. Same link to the Google Drive. And then a link to the assignments submission thing for you to upload stuff. Okay. So, and everything runs through these little breadcrumbs up at the top. So all of these look the same. They've all got an overview, an assignment sheet, a link to the Padlets we'll be using, a link to the Google Drive, and then a link to the assignments upload site. Okay. Well, that's pretty much all there is to that. All right. I think that's all I got there. So let me go over here to the introductory unit. Actually, I think I'm going to make another video. No, I'm not. I'm just go ahead and do this. We'll get it all done at once. No, I'm going to make a new one. So I'm going to stop this, and because I've talked long enough and I got to go get something to drink. So stop share that. And I'll put this up, and then I'll do one on the introductory unit, which is what we'll be starting on right away. So I will see you on a little bit.